Life has been going through me.
You're gonna have to do what's best for you, even when it feels like shit.
I was like, do I even love myself as much as I think I did? If you tolerate someone's crazy behaviors, they will continue acting crazy. That was humbling. My heart is taking the lead where my mind should take the lead. Stop tolerating the bare minimum. I've already been hurt enough, so this one is just like one of those, it happened again, but this time there's no going back. I got nothing and nobody to attach or reattach to. And then I woke up this morning and decided that when I prayed, I said, God, take these feelings away from me. Like, I feel like I have changed my word for the year. With my heart, I have attachment issue. With my mind, I have overthinking issues. Like, there is no winning. Why am I hearing myself? And you will find your person. You just have to find yourself first. I have zero attachments to give, zero trust to give. Can I be as attached to myself as I am to other people? She's my therapist. Hold your horses. Keep those feelings between you and want it until the day you can't even shed a tear. And if somebody else doesn't choose me, I will always choose myself, and that will be enough. Chanel number 5. February has been all about being in the gutters.
Hello, happy new month. I had every intention of filming outdoors just to show that I'm not always a homebody. I might be a homebody 90% of the time, but 10% of the time I be outside. So that was the 10% today. Anyway, it's the beginning of the new month. Today has been a good day, to be honest. I started off the day by going to church, and that was nice. I just need to, I need to get back to going to church, because there's nothing like communing with other people. It brings you some sort of joy, satisfaction, togetherness. There's just that feeling. Also, I have like a very intense, very noticeable lisp right now because they're working on my teeth and I'm not yet used to everything. So I keep biting on my teeth and my lisp becomes clearer. So something that I want to do more of this year is that I want to take care of myself more, spend more intentional time with myself, and that's exactly what I did after church. I went out to have a meal, went to Fast Watch, was like, let me take myself on that self-care date. And so that was my self-date for the month. I did come here to the park to take some pictures. The lighting is not the best. I did what I could, and then now I'm gonna head home and we're gonna unwind and spend the rest of the Sabbath reminiscing on life and God's wonders. I'll see you soon. Sooner than I think, sooner than you think, sooner than we think.
Genuinely can't remember the last time I picked up the camera and vlogged for a bit. Sorry, oh yeah, sorry. I have been going through life. Actually, scratch that. Life has been going through me. I have definitely been humbled. And on that note, I'm still working on my vision board for 2025. I didn't have the word for the year, but literally between yesterday and today, I came up with some ideas of what my word for the year might be. It's going to be a phrase instead of a word. The two phrases I was torn in between is healing loudly and it could be worse. So for the it could be worse aspect of it, I chose that one because I feel like a lot of just bad things have been happening. And the way I've been trying to find the silver lining is just by thinking, hey, it could be worse. And then my mind goes like, does that phrase demean what I'm going through? Like, if I'm going through a bad day, do I suppress those emotions by thinking that it could be worse instead of processing what I'm going through? And that's when I decided to go with the phrase healing loudly because I want to be sharing more of my lows. I'm not going to be sharing so much details. I will vaguely share about them, but I don't want to stop creating just because I'm going through a rough time. I just want to be more vulnerable this year. So that's going to be the word for 2025. The Mon Paris perfume. One thing about it is that it's cute. Like the packaging of this. With that, I got a sample size of the Chanel perfume, Chanel number 5, and I also got this little sample thing of the K-Skin lotion with SPF 45. I do love their sunscreen. And then also, I have been scrolling a lot on TikTok and been writing down things that I see on TikTok. People have shared life lessons and I've been writing them down. So one of them is that some of the relationships you're missing are because you don't have a healthy relationship with yourself. And that one just stuck to me because I learned again from TikTok that I have emotional dependence, and I feel like some things, if you love yourself, you'll not experience. Do we choose to experience it? No. And then at the same time, I feel like that's just how we are sometimes, but it's hard to, I don't know. It's hard to be one or the other. But basically, if you have a healthy relationship with yourself, some of the needs you want from other relationships will not be as relevant. I got the Tasha moisturizer, and this is for oily skin, but it's also good for your pores, allegedly. It's hydrating and it's also pore refining, so I'm gonna give it a try because my face has been getting a little bit dry during the winter, and that might be the solution. Another lesson was don't be afraid of losing people, be afraid of losing yourself. I got the Dark Horse Sephora lip liner because they're on sale for like $6, and I love these lip liners. They're like a very dark plum, almost brown, almost black. So far this year, I feel like I have lost people. Some of them not permanently, and then some is just, I don't know how else to explain it, but actually I feel like it's 3 people. Because one of them, I've not lost them, but I have lost them to some extent, and it really breaks my heart, but it's just how life is. This last one, I felt like I was losing myself in the process, and genuinely losing myself to the extent whereby I was like, do I even love myself as much as I think I did? And I had been working on my self-love journey for like years. And the fact that within the past year or even a few months, I've lost myself to the extent whereby I would allow someone to treat me wrongly and I still stick around and make excuse for such behavior. that was humbling. Thing is, I didn't cut them off when I should have. Like, I entertained so much before I decided to just, but I did it eventually, and I don't think it's that painful. Like, for me, if you wronged me and I cut you off, the first few times that will be messy and bad. I'll feel terrible. The thing is with me, I will put up with a lot, but once I'm done, like when I've reached my final straw and I'm like, that's it, it doesn't hurt as much as it should because I've already put up with so much. I've already been hurt enough. So this one is just like one of those, it happened again, but this time there's no going back kind of situation. Hopefully it makes sense. Okay, so I did get the Fleur perfume, and this is a strawberry lettuce scent. I have the mood ring, and that's also about to end. In the beginning, I didn't like it, but it grew on me. I love this one. I love this one. I love the smell of strawberries, and this is like the smell of strawberries, but on an intense level. And I've come to realize I love fruity floral scents. If you do like that, you love this. Oh, also in terms of the free samples, I also got this. I also got this kale cleanser. I have the full set of this. This is one of the best cleansers, especially if you have oily skin and if you have big pores. This is worth the investment. Next lesson is that no one should be telling you how to heal. That's self-explanatory. I feel like this is the same case. One is black, one is maroon. Give me 1 second. In terms of healing, I feel like everybody heals differently, and just there's no manual or there is no one way to heal. However your healing is going to be, let it be that way. If that means crying yourself to sleep, let it be it, and then you'll get over it. If it means journaling, let that be it. If it means screaming, let that be it. I don't think healing should be harmful as long as you're not harming yourself. Heal in a way that works best for you. So I don't know if you can tell the difference. This is like a dark maroon, and this is more like a that's like a blackish, almost dark purple. I like the color of this better. The last lesson that I'll be sharing today is to stop over-explaining yourself. I've come to realize no matter how much you explain yourself, there's always going to be someone who chooses to still misunderstand you. And well, I was talking to a friend the other day. I was telling her that whatever decision you choose to make, you're going to be bad in someone's book. So at the end of the day, I honestly and truly believe that at the end of the day, we should just be selfish with ourselves, because you get accountable for your life. Like, you go through life on your own. Obviously, there are going to be people going to be there with you along the journey, but ultimately, this journey is your own. And then secondly, on Judgment Day, you're going to be judged based on you. Nobody else is going to be standing there getting judged with you. It's just going to be you. So why would you care so much about what other people think? Or why would you explain yourself to the point where you're like, guy, am I the one who is not explaining properly? Like, how am I doing this wrong? This is the last case, is basically like the other two, but this is more like a cream color. Oh, I think I have one more. The fact I forgot I had this. Okay, last one, I promise. It's another case, but this is more girly. I'm not a very girly girl, but I'm getting in my girly girl era as well, like just a little bit. Anyway, this case, I love the color. I love this deep red. I love the little hearts. There's a message right here, like a tiny little thing that says love life. I'll take proper pictures of these cases, but this is how it looks like, and I love it. For the past 2 weeks, I've been stressing in the gutters, in the struggle bus. I've cried so many times, I can't even keep count anymore. I spiraled out. Anything that I didn't want to happen happened this past few weeks. But we're here and we're alive. And so that's something to always be grateful for. Also, look at this bag. Tell me this bag is not cute. Such a cute bag. Carried it yesterday. And then I woke up this morning and decided that I'm going to start to be selfish. In the past, I'd gotten into the habit of being selfish, doing what makes me happy, concentrating on myself, loving myself and stuff like that. And then somewhere between the last quarter of last year and earlier this year, all that was out of the window. And that is something I shouldn't have done. The only person I'm going to be worried about is myself. It doesn't mean I'm not going to be there for the people I care about or for my friends. If my friends need me, if someone I care about needs me, I'm going to be there for them. Other than that, I'm going to stop worrying about other people and just start worrying about me and what's in my control. I'm trying to train my mind to think like that and to act like that. So one of the ways I've been implementing that, I have been putting my phone, I know it sounds a little bit minor, but it's a lot for me. When I'm about to sleep, I'll put my phone in sleep mode, and then I will try my best to not look at the messages or my socials if I wake up in the middle of the night, because that's like a habit that I have. And for the past 2 nights, it's been working okay. So hopefully that is something I just keep on going with. And that has also helped me have like a decent sleep pattern. I have an unhealthy relationship with sleep, but that's a topic for another day. And in the spirit of not worrying about other people than my own, I have this habit whereby I will start thinking and overthinking about what's going through someone's mind. For instance, let's say for instance, I could convince myself that person X doesn't care about me, they just want to cut me out of their life and stuff like that. And then maybe they will do like the smallest thing. Let's say maybe text hi or something like that. And then my mind will go to your person X that actually care about me. And they start thinking about, this and that and that and that. Like the minimum thing they'll do would make me think they care about me, when in reality, they just don't, and that's okay. That's an example. But then again, I could be wrong. So that's what I'm saying. I'm going to stop thinking about other people and just focus on myself and how I feel and what's in my control. In the same topic of going through life and being on the struggle bus, I've always been an advocate for having friends, like substantial friends who are going to be there for you no matter what. I honestly believe that obviously family is an important aspect, but I am a strong believer in that having friends who are going to be there through thick and thin is one of the best relationships you can have. And I've had people who don't believe that you should value friends as much as you value family, and that's cool, but the friends I have, I value them. Like my friends, I want to believe that I've valued my friendships more than most of the relationships I've had. I believe that even when I get into a relationship, if I get into a relationship and the person doesn't appreciate or understand the importance of friendship, I don't think that would work between me and that person. I genuinely believe that they should have their friends that they care and value, and I should have my friends that I care and value for. Obviously, the roles they play in life are different, but I'm telling you, nobody should isolate you from your friends. If the person trusts you enough to be with you, that means they trust your choices. And so when they start isolating you from your friends, to me, that is a red flag. And I have had that, I think, maybe once. I've had somebody who was trying to be like, oh, you know, your friends are not always going to be there for you. They're going to have their lives. So you focus on being in relationships and stuff like that because your partner is the one who's going to be with you for life, etc., etc. And as much as I understand that, I appreciate that, I just don't agree with it. And the funny thing is that I was like, okay, let me listen to this person and let me just, keep certain things from my friends. And that backfired big time on me. That backfired big time. Because when I was going through it, was that person there for me? No. But my friends who I was supposedly not meant to rely on are the ones who showed up and showed out for me. So if you're not going to learn from life, learn from me. But obviously, life will also teach you in its own way. So in the topic of friendship, let me share with you what one of my friends, this girl, I remember I called her in the middle of the night, sobbing, crying, breaking down, and she listened. She cried with me. She was like, oh my God, yo, I was belittling myself so much. And she just held the space for me. She listened to me. She cried with me. I was on the phone with her for half an hour. And yo, I will never forget that. Anyways, she wrote me a long message because I was telling her the struggle bus is rolling over me when she asked me how am I doing. And then she wrote, yeah, I feel like I'm going to cry. These days, like these past 2 weeks, the smallest thing will make me stop. So let's not cry. She wrote, if you ask yourself why you are feeling those exact emotions, it will be easier to heal because I can assure you most of these emotions are personal and not because of the other person. And once you're able to pinpoint why you feel the way you do, it will be easier to move on. Kwa sababu means because, yeah. Kwa sababu, for one, I know for a fact didn't love person so and so. Like they weren't. And if that's truly the issue, healing from it will be so easy once you just accept matter as they are. You can accept being blinded by love and just see it in the form of betting on the wrong person. I felt business investment, if you will. Just learning that in life you will be successful in everything you do really does something for you. You accept the outcome of the choices you made and you just choose to see it as another learning experience. Also, I hope you know you can start over at any point in your life. Kama hujafa, hujamaliza kuumbika. So basically, is that if you're not dead, you're not done. Kumbika is what? Kumbika is being created. Like you're not done being, you're not fully developed. That's the best way I could explain it. So starting over is scary, but it's actually good on you. I would suggest socializing more in real life. Go to events that you like and just let yourself be absorbed with other things than what your mind wants you to create a big deal out of. And that last part, see, that's somebody who understands me. Nobody understands you as much as the person who is going through what you're going through. So for me, for instance, I'm an overthinker. I get anxious. And this particular friend, she's also an overthinker and she does get anxious. And we try to help each other through those situations. And so she just understood me. And then I saw that message. I woke up and that's one of the messages that I read first. And I was like, God, thank you. So I am so grateful for this friend. Like, I can't explain how grateful I am for her. May God bless her and may she continue to be around so I can benefit from her as well. Selfish. Anyways, yeah, so that was one of the messages. And then the other message was a reel from yet another friend. And the reel was,
you're gonna have to do what's best for you, even when it feels like shit.
see, this particular friend, I have not gone to them and told them like the details of what I'm going through. I might have said it vaguely and talked about it vaguely here and there, but not in detail. But the fact that she sent this, I'm telling you, God uses people to just reach out to me. The fact that she sent this to me, I was like, how did you know I needed this? So I wrote to her and I'm like, thank you so much. I really needed to hear this today. Like, this means a lot to me. So yeah, that was the basis of it. And then it also said, like, when someone shows you who they truly are, believe them. Stop making excuses, just believe them. Take it at whatever thing. So yeah, that was that. And then they also say that, what else they say? They say that what you tolerate continues. Like basically what you allow to continue will continue. If you tolerate someone's crazy behaviors, they will continue acting crazy. So stop tolerating those mediocre people in your life. Stop tolerating those people who make you feel less than. Stop tolerating people who makes you question where you stand in their life. Stop tolerating people who are inconsistent. Stop tolerating people who don't love you the way you should be loved. Stop tolerating people who don't show up for you when you're always showing up for them. Stop tolerating the bare minimum. Anyways, that has been my little, not so little rant. Oh, one more thing that I forgot. I feel like I have changed my word for the year. So instead of healing loudly, the word for the year this year is fragility. And I believe that just goes hand in hand with healing loudly, is with the same concept of being fragile and being open about your healing journey. So I think it's been working perfectly. Also, I did my eyebrows. It doesn't look like it on camera, but I did them. So yeah, that's it. Let's finish up this. I've come to accept that I am the problem, and I take accountability of that now, because I was going through my journal how I was feeling at the beginning of last year, January and February. Turns out I was dealing with detachment in January and February. At this point, it's a habit. It's no longer this is what life dealt me, and I have to do this. Is a habit, a very bad habit of that. Such a terrible habit. Now I had to go grab my other journal. This journal was from 2017 to September 2021. And I believe, let me see what I was dealing from. I was not dealing with detachment at the beginning of 2018. Now let's go to 2019. No, 2019 I was not. I'm crying a lot in my... All these journal entries are about me crying. Like I'm on the verge of crying. I might feel fed up or something. Just, they're so sad. February 25, 2019. Apparently I was crying every day, every other day for the past 2 weeks. 2020, no detachment still, but something really terrible happened on... Oh my gosh. I have a picture of me because I was crying the whole night. I look swollen. Guys, I've been through the trenches. Okay, so 2019, no detachment. 2020, that is. And then let's go to 2021. We're just talking about the beginning of the year, ne? 2021, I do remember. Yeah, no detachment issues in 2021 either. No, okay. So technically, this basically happened this year and last year, and maybe 2023, kind of. Or maybe 2022. I'll know for sure tomorrow. But basically, me and detachment, we have a rocky one. But my journal entries are just so sad, man. Like, I'm talking about so much sadness. I guess it gives me perspective on how I've overcome a lot of bad days, a lot of nights where I've cried myself to sleep, a lot of times where I've doubted if I'm worth loving, a lot of times whereby, I guess loving romantically, right? Because there's some people who have put me through it. But then I was able to get through that. Thankfully, God helped me through those moments. And to look back and be able to see that God helped me through that. He's going to help me through this again. So that's what has been giving me hope this past few weeks. And shout out to the friend who has been listening to me talk about this for the past month. Shout out to the people who have kept me company. Shout out to people who have written, who have posted something and they've written, be like, you're going to be okay, you're going to pull through this. Shout out to all of you. This particular friend helped me realize that at the end of the day, the other person is not the problem, I'm the problem. Because I am the root of the issue. And I have to work on that and be accountable for that. And realize that ultimately this is my life. I get to make the choices. Obviously, sometimes my heart is taking the lead where my mind should take the lead. That's what the issue is. See, the thing is, with my heart, I have an attachment issue. With my mind, I have overthinking issues. Like, there is no winning. For me, there's no winning. But we're going to win because Jesus has got this. God has got this. He's got me. And we're going to get through this like how we have in the past. My only issue is once I get through this, I don't want to go back to this place again. I've told myself the next person or thing I'm getting attached to, whatever that is, they're gonna be in my life for life. Like you're stuck with me for life. So to my friends who I'm attached to you, you are stuck with me for life. You're not going anywhere. And to the people who want to come into my life, who God ordained for you to come into my life, or who God gives you a second chance to be in my life, or for me to be in your life, if you're not gonna be there permanently, please don't come back or don't come into my life. I honestly don't have it in me to go through this again. This is the last time we're going through it. That is that. This time for sure, this is the last time. I kid you not. Like, I am so intentional about this time. Because back then, I will detach from someone and then reattach myself to something that was not even good for me. And then by the time that thing fades, I'm attaching back myself to the person. I'm reattaching back again to the person that I was detaching from. So it was such an unhealthy relationship. But right now, I got nothing and nobody to attach or reattach to. So I just have to go through it. I have to process it and find my way around it. But as I repeat, once again, once I get through this, God willing, I will never be back at this again. Whoever is coming in my life, this is the part that is going to just be. This is it. Whoever is coming into my life from this point henceforth, you're coming to stay. If you're a lesson, no attachments will be there. You'll just be another acquaintance to me. Zero attachments. I have zero attachments to give, zero trust to give, zero energy to give. I am drained. I am drained. This year has drained me. Please just, stay away from me if you know you're not genuinely wanting to be in my life. And then if you're in my life right now, maybe this is the time to walk away if you don't want to be in my life as well. Because once I get past this, I will cling to you like a tick. No, that part is a joke, but yeah, that's how it is. When I'm editing this, I'm going to have to cut out a lot of parts. But bottom line is, I'm in the ditches. I feel like trash. My emotions are all over the place. I'm having a hard time detaching. Sometimes I feel alone. I don't know. I just want to enjoy being on my own and be okay with being on my own. Unless I get to that point, I will be so reliant on other people instead of relying on myself and on God. So that's the point I want to get to. The point whereby I'm okay with relying on myself. And if somebody else doesn't choose me, I will always choose myself, and that will be enough. That is the point I want to get to. And once I get there, we're not coming back. We are not going back to this point. Never again. It turns out with these memory cards, I can choose the 100 on 180 MB per second. Because apparently that's too slow when I'm recording 1/60. That's crazy. I did not know that. So that means I have to invest in new SD cards. Pain. Anyways, but yay, today is February 26th. Let me show you the song I'm listening to right now. I don't know if you can see it. I've had a day. Yesterday, I thought I'd be okay, like I was starting to be okay. And then today, turns out I'm not okay. Also, I made an album that said things I wanted to say or share, but I couldn't for one reason or another. I deal with things very differently from people. Like this whole issue I've been dealing with from the beginning of February, I don't know why it's still not over yet. Today, when I prayed, I said, God, take these feelings away from me. Like, take them and dump them in the middle of the ocean. Can I be as attached to myself as I am to other people? Because if that's the thing, I would be great. But the issue is, I'm more attached to other people than I am with myself. And that's what causes me problems. And then also today, I thought of opening up to somebody. And then I had to rethink it because I set expectations on everybody. Not everybody. I set expectations on people that I'm close to. This particular person we're close to some extent, so I wrote something to them and I was like, okay, today is the day I'm gonna start just being direct instead of venting to other people about a certain situation. I just went to them directly. And then when I did, everybody has their life, right? And so their life was lifing, and me, I was sitting here like, where? See, obviously I'm not a priority in this person's life. Why am I hearing myself and making them a priority in my life? I don't know. My mind went crazy. I'm telling you, my mind went crazy. And then I said, you know what? This feels like, it feels bad, but maybe it's God's way of telling me, hold your horses. Keep those feelings between you and, because it's not the right time. if this is not the time, we're gonna get a lot of frustration. And so yeah, that was my day. I feel extremely unmotivated, but I'm gonna try to be disciplined. Will I follow through with my discipline? Probably not, but I'm gonna try. I need to go do my nails tomorrow, but I don't even have motivation to do my nails tomorrow. That's how bad in the gutters. Like I am in the gutters. But we're gonna see ourselves through this. February has been all about being in the gutters. I can't think of one great day I've had in February. Like every day there's something that was going down. Every week I probably sobbed at some point. So it's been a rough month, but we're hopeful for March. That's all we can do. Hope. It's another rough day. It was another rough day. This month has been the lowest lows in like a really long time. I can't remember probably the last time I was feeling this low for a whole month was maybe in 2023-ish. But it's all good. We're gonna get through this. Good riddance. I don't know what I will do. Like how would I've gotten through February without this particular person. God knows. I am so beyond grateful for her, and may God bless her and may God keep her for me, because I need her. Like I need her to bits and pieces. Okay, I wrote to her. I'm on the verge of crying, and she's like, "Why is that?" And then I said, "This is a very vulnerable moment, guys. So don't judge." I said, "What if I never find someone?" And I'm also angry because why should I be this obsessed with the idea of being with someone? And obviously, I said, obviously my standards are different, so my chances will even be thinner. When I talk about standards, but that's a discussion for a different day, I feel like what I'm looking for is not like a traditional person. And like there are things that I don't want that people want traditionally. So that's going to be different. But anyway, she wrote and said, "It's okay. Calm down. It's natural to desire companionship. Nothing is wrong with that. And you will find your person. You just have to find yourself first." Tell me this girl is not God sent. Like, she's my therapist, my free therapist. I will I will ride and die for her, which is also not easy. Shidani, your mind wants immediate results, but that's impossible. You can't just wake up and be somebody else. You have to put in the work and effort needed to be the person who is satisfied with being by herself. Lord, I love her. I love her so much. She said, "Girl, you'll find your person even when the chances are 1 in a billion. Maktab. I put the definition here on the screen. Maktab, it has been written for you, so don't stress much over it." And then my response to that was, definitely needed to do this because definitely don't have a healthy relationship with myself. And then we respond to finding your 1 in a billion. I said, hey, I hope so. I literally had to kneel and pray because this is just so much. And then she wrote, "I know, and maybe," I think she said maybe, rather than looking for distractions, sit down and have a conversation with yourself. Utashangaa in between cries, you are starting to understand yourself. You also have to give yourself the chance to cry it out if that's what your soul wants. And then I said, "I'm so tired of crying. It's been a whole month. This should be over. This should be over by now." She said, "Girl, you're trying to get rid of parts of you your body and your soul had grown accustomed to. It won't be easy. Mourn it until the day you can't even shed a tear, because there's nothing more to cry for." Crying isn't a sign of weakness, by the way. A lot of people who look down on those who cry walk around with a lot of unhealed stuff, claiming imewatoka. I said, this is such a long conversation, but I need this. I said, I don't even have the energy to cry anymore, to be honest. It's so exhausting knowing this has to go, but also it still bothers me this much. It's not even about the other person, it's me who I'm more angry with. And then she wrote, "Mimi hata siongelee hao wengine, nasema wewe, of course. You feel some type of way about why you feel the need to have someone. But like I said, at the same time, while trying to learn more about yourself, you are also unlearning stuff, so it will become too much for your mind." I said, "Yo, it's so overwhelming. I have been journaling a lot and it has helped me so much. So probably we'll keep doing that and writing to you a lot." She said, "Whatever helps you do it, I'm sure there are podcasts on such issues. Just listen to them because Mimi, I can't help with that specific issue. Mimi, my issue is I'm too comfortable with being alone." And my response to that was that I just need to let it out of my system. Mimi, I want to be like you. The rest is a conversation for a different day. But yeah, I love this girl. And I feel like she just understands me because we both overthink a lot. Um, we have just so many similarities. I was talking to somebody else and I made a statement like, I was trying to look for a therapist, but I already have trust issues. So even looking at their profiles, I'm like, what if this person judges me? What if what they're writing is not true? I was already having trust issues, so I was not even able to proceed with this. But if this person who like this girl, the girl who I was having the conversation with, who I love, if you ever watch this, I love you. Thank you so much. You mean the world to me. This girl who I was having a conversation with, if she commends me a therapist, I will go in a heartbeat because that's how similar we are. Like having a conversation with somebody who understands how you feel, somebody who also overthinks and understands the struggle that goes through your brain. That is one of the best and most comforting things. Everybody needs a friend who is similar to them in one way or another because you wouldn't have to explain yourself too much. They will just understand. Other people who don't experience the overthinking aspect of it, they might sympathize with you, but they will never understand what you're going through. But she does. Obviously, in terms of like attachment and detachment, she easily gets detached, like easily gets detached, while I take eternity to get detached. So that's where a difference comes. But I feel like we balance each other in that aspect. Like I would try to tell her, like, maybe give this person another chance, maybe try to explain yourself more to them. And then she'll be the one to be like, maybe you should just cut this person off or let this one go and stuff like that. We just balance each other. We make sense. I genuinely value friendships to the core of me because the friends I've had over the years have seen me through some of my roughest moments. They have been my shelter in the storm. I will call them when life is going scatterbratter. I will know they'll be there, they'll listen to me, and they will show up for me when I need them. So, to all the friends in my life, I love you. I appreciate you. To this particular friend, you are God sent. I am so grateful for you. You mean the world to me. I don't know, I will never be able to repay how much you've been there for me this year and throughout the years. Girl, I love you and thank you so much. Now let's finish cleaning up.
After the light is gone away and the monsters start to creep, I'll never fear the clouds adore as long as you are there with me, or because there's a
Or what if they ask questions that I just cannot answer? Or what if they come to church and no one comes to the door, someone looks up and down and makes them feel like they're not welcome? Well, if you ever struggle with any of those questions, I have really good news for you, because it is very simple as the heartfelt invitation that says, come and see. For us to together create a culture of invitation. Struggling, that may be going through a hard time, that need to have an experience with Jesus, let's do a simple exercise. If there's one person that comes to mind that you would like to have them have an experience with Jesus, could you raise your hand with me just like that? Oof. I would say that looks very close to maybe 90%. That is wonderful. What if we pray for them during this week? What if we say, Lord, we're going to pray for them? We're going to pray that God starts preparing their lives, their hearts. We're going to pray that God makes them have some desire to want to talk about the spiritual things.
This makeup has stayed on from around 10 a.m. Currently it's 9:16 p.m. So fair to say we're having a good makeup day. This came from the outdoors and I was freezing. Let me show you. This was my outfit today. I had this puffer jacket. I'm not gonna move the camera, so I'm gonna move up. And then I had these jeans from Hollister, and I had some Reebok sneakers. But this jacket, it is so warm. Today was actually a decent day, pretty good day. I am feeling much better. I feel like the month is coming to an end way better than I imagined. I thought going into March I'll still be struggling a little bit, but praise God, that's not the case. I feel so much better, and I would like to say thank you to my baby girl. Yo, she's just seen me through this moment so much. I don't even know how I can thank her enough. I'm looking around because I'm trying to show you what I got. So to close out the month, what I've learned this month, I have learned that, okay, let's see. I've learned that it's okay. I learned that it's okay to lose people and that not everybody's supposed to be in your life for the entirety of your life. I learned that, why am I blanking out? I learned ways to cope with my attachment to some extent. I've learned to be okay with not being okay. Actually, I didn't learn that. I just had no option. So it was just a default setting. But that's also something I had to go through. And yeah, what am I looking forward to? This next month, I'm looking forward to being back to myself more. I just want to go back to creating content, go back to socializing. I don't know with who yet, but socializing. I want to go put myself out there more because I've been very in my room, in my space, on my own, and it's time to interact with the rest of the universe. I'm looking forward to being more present. I'm looking forward to learning more about myself. Oh, I've also had to learn how to get back. I had to learn how to rediscover myself because that's not good. And then, let's go back to learning. Let's rewind a little bit. I've learned that nobody is worth losing yourself for.
Like nobody, no matter how much you have to compromise, don't compromise to the extent where you have to compromise yourself so that that person can feel comfortable or can feel good
Of your glory.
but yeah, anyways,
Release the weight.
things I've gotten, I had to restock on my cotton whatever's. Let's pass that. Oh, I got the new purple blush from Danessa Myricks. Really wanted to try that. Something I'm consistent with is my blush.
Something you're consistent with is buying products.
Right, blush.
Why are you still buying products?
Oh,
You've already
and
bought
then
so much
my
for you.
my serum ended. So now we are migrating to Skin Fix, and this is the one that we're gonna be using. I've tried one of the products once or twice. It's so tiny. So tiny. It's very gonna end very quickly. I've tried their cream. I've tried that one. And that one is really good, especially with my sunscreen. So I figured maybe we should give this line a try this time around. March, here we come. Any words of wisdom? What have you learned this month?
Yeah. The month just started.
No, last month.
February.
Yes.
Yes. What did I learn? I learned telling y'all my business is against my religion. Thank you. Have a nice day. Now clear the way.
You heard it here. See you next time. Nawapenda. Kwaheri.
Did you see
I am
that
26
post
days
that
away from
says
coming back on TikTok.
signs-
Shout out to me.
Signs of women who cheat. The one who put black lip liner around the lips. Did you see that post?
Those are
Send it to me.
haters. Turu.